walked in that jail, it was chills. It was shot all through my body.
What happened to a 23-year-old mother behind a jail's walls that led to her death? Thanks for joining us for Wave 3 News at 6. I'm Shannon Kogan. John Bull is off. Tanisha Chappell's story is wound in mystery, with few facts emerging. Wave 3 News troubleshooter Natalia Martinez started investigating and spoke to others who say they weren't surprised someone lost their life.
Chappell's family says Tanisha warned them something bad was going to happen to her there. And now others are saying bad things happened to them too.
She was funny. She loved to dance.
This didn't have to happen.
Still supposed to be safe and come out alive.
I had fingerprint bruising on my stomach.
I at least want to know the truth.
Jackson County, Indiana. Population 44,000. It's where 23-year-old Tanisha Chappell landed after a multi-county chase and a shoplifting charge.
Oh, that's what you would always say. I did the crimes, I gotta do the time.
But her stay ended up costing her family a lifetime of pain.
This could happen to anybody.
Chappell died July 16th, but her family doesn't know how. Their attorneys believe she suffered at the jail for hours.
They brought her a bucket, which she threw up in, but they didn't see any blood in it, so she didn't get to go to the hospital.
Doug Kuhn is a former FBI agent of 22 years and now works as a private investigator for attorney Sam Aguiar's firm.
I've worked a few civil rights cases in my time as an FBI agent, but I've never really seen firsthand something like this.
Kuhn says witnesses saw Chappell struggling the night before her death, calling for help. The next morning, Kuhn says, Chappell was seen lying on the floor, almost naked and covered in her own waste.
And she's been laying on the floor now for several hours.
The Jackson County Jail lists one nurse on staff, but it's still unclear if he was on duty or on call at the time. We found a second nurse position vacant since January. According to the ambulance report, the guards told the EMTs Chappell started feeling ill that morning. By the time the EMTs were called just before 4 p.m., they noted Chappell's lower lip, the right side of her chest, and her eyes were yellow. Their records note that she also had a bruise on her forehead. She had no clothes on and would nod her head to respond, they said, except for telling them that her clothes had felt like they were on fire and that she was in pain. Chappell's sister says Tanisha feared for her life inside the jail.
I'm trying not to cry.
The news of Chappell's death struck Carrie Spray, who spent several months at the Jackson County Jail for a domestic-related arrest. She was out before Chappell was brought in.
I don't really talk much about it because it brings back so many memories. And then I recall other things that I had, intentionally tried to forget.
Things like this.
I had fingerprint bruising on my stomach, my legs, my thighs.
Spray says she got those marks while being held down by jail staff during a seizure, and she described a number of other things in a series of grievances. From sewage in her cell to a lack of medical treatment and rationing of female sanitary products to 3 pads a week, forcing some girls to use pages out of dictionaries or Bibles their families would send.
It is not something that you would expect to be occurring in this day and age in America.
I hope it's not true. I fear that it is.
The attorneys told us more than 20 former inmates, most who don't even know one another, have since come forward, corroborating many of those same complaints.
So when you hear it from maybe 1, even 2, perhaps these are people with a grudge that are embellishing or whatnot, but when you hear it over and over and over again, and it's very consistent, it gives it a lot of credibility.
So far, officials in Jackson County have said nothing. Hi, I'm with Wave 3 News, and we're hoping to speak with either the jailer or Sheriff Meyer. Turned away, it was time for yet another message. Hi there, I'm trying to reach Sheriff Meyer. This is Natalia Martinez with Wave 3 News.
Okay, hang on just a second, okay?
Thank you. After a few minutes, we were told Meyer was gone for the day.
I had my thoughts just going all kind of ways because I done heard so much in so many ways how she, I'd be like, what? I can't wait for the truth.
Indiana State Police says they're investigating Chappell's death, and that's something they do anytime an inmate dies in custody. Meanwhile, Chappell's sister calls her voicemail just to listen to her sister's voice and continues to watch videos like these. The family making one last promise. Sooner or later, what really happened will come out.
We don't get them phone calls saying I love you. We don't get those kisses. We don't get those hugs. We don't get that anymore. She was loved.
We don't know the outcome of the other inmate Carrie Spray's grievances, but neither does she, because she said she never got an answer. I have submitted a long list of open records requests from the jail, the county, and the state, and we have not received a response for those yet. The autopsy, which will reveal why she died, Shannon, it won't be ready for a couple of weeks.
Wow. All right, but there are some big names already attached to this case.
There are. So Sam Aguiar is also the attorney who represented Breonna Taylor, and also Ben Crump has also signed on.
All right, so more to come. You'll stay on top of this, I know. Thanks.
Hey everybody, this is Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. So the news clipping you just seen is covering the story of Tanisha Chappell of Louisville, Kentucky. And the only thing I wanted to jump in and say at this time is the news reporter at the end said the toxicology and autopsy reports will reveal why she died. And I just want to correct her. They won't reveal why she died. They will reveal how she died, but not why she died. Because if the family knew, or if they could reveal why she died, then we would not need to speak to all these other officials and all these other people who could have possibly come in contact with Tanisha either before, during, or after her passing. Like, we still need answers from the jailhouse nurse, the warden, the healthcare staff who possibly helped her out that night, because it's a lot of mystery and a lot of unanswered questions concerning this case. I am talking to someone close to the family, and I will be dropping a video on this soon. You guys, please, once I drop this video, share it, like it, subscribe it, support the family any way possible. I'm going to also ask this spokesperson that is close to the family if she has a GoFundMe, and if she does have a GoFundMe, I will be sharing that link in the description box. You guys take care, be safe, be alert, be aware.